between the Oakland.
Okay, Coach. Well, from a place that's officially been recognized as the loudest venue in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium right here in Kansas City. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the first. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back.
And he's going to go down again. To hear Whitehead in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right. Skirts by him at the 35. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know It's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put...
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Carlson on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays.
It's a foot race. The 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Nicole Hardman, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. He'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play that time for the Raiders. 43 yards. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25. On first down, Jacobs. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a give to Jacobs running right. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
Make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. To throw again on second down, Mahomes. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now here's Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. And the safety, Carl Joseph, there to knock that one away. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tahir Whitehead able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this one's incomplete.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him.
Check 3. Right here, guys. Mike 51. In your face. Go, Mike 51.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Come on, let's go. And a Raider first down. 51, Mike 51.
On first down, he'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame. Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Check out route. Hot. Check. Check 3. Check 1. Tight go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Forced out to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. They'll drop the throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 82 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Mike 56. Who that? Mike 56.
Now back to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain there of 21 yards. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And this is caught at the 8. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Carlson able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to.
He's got a man complete. It's nearly a 40-yard gain on the opening play of the quarter. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And
rush coming, and he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Fielded just inside the 30. A big kick that time, 52 yards. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping Those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Watch the twist.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Push him back.
On first down, Jacobs. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. This is caught, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. From 17 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
And now here comes Kansas City. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Oh, he slipped right by him. So possession goes over here on the punt.
Here we go.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know that...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he fields it cleanly. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front.
And that is caught, and he has now tied the record. Touchdown.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out come the Chiefs now. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And now Oakland ready to take the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, a broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now is dominating and kicking around a team who have been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darren Reed picks it, and they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete, and he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Mahomes going to throw, and he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And that is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The 30, 10, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they've made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? Rocking and rolling.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Mahomes now to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. Taken right around the 44. Might have needed just 1 more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is caught. And the record is his. It's a touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out there.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now Mahomes, and this is caught by Watkins. And the result here, a pickup of 8, leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Oakland, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.